before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to give a shout out to a company that we partnered with called Streamers Merch. They have these amazingly soft hoodies that I'm actually currently wearing, along with other apparel. They've partnered with not only T and Moths, but there is apparel on there from other streamers as well. And like I said, this is an amazingly soft and light hoodie. I've been loving ever since I got mine. So if you would want to check any of that out, head over to streamersmerch.com. Thank you.
No shame for the game.
All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Moths podcast. Yeah. This one is New Year, New Us. Same us.
New Year.
Yeah. I guess I don't know necessarily where we want to start.
Well, what we could start with is just what did you guys do the past 2 weeks? Anyone do anything fun? Any stories?
Not really.
I feel like
Oh yeah, there you go. JRinkz did.
Not necessarily fun, but
what's your new job?
I now drive a truck and home deliver people food.
Oh, is it what's like the company?
It is called Schwann's.
Schwann's. I had that. My
Yes.
buddy had that growing up. It's very. Honestly, I was told it was the first ever like Grubhub. Like the Schwann's
Basically,
man. They have
yeah.
good stuff. They have good stuff. Like like I'd always go over to his house and they have whatever their ice cream is just like on another
Mhm.
level.
Oh.
I don't know what it is with Schwann's ice cream. If you never had it, I'm telling you, it was probably my favorite ice cream. It come in like those little cup things, delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Seriously,
It is
I was
the
like,
ice cream truck man driving around.
yeah. And you get
They
like,
don't.
you
They
get like
don't quite have the bell like a normal ice cream truck.
No, definitely not.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Have
Yeah.
you started yet?
Yes, I finished my first week this week, so yeah, it was cold as frick.
So cold this week. I like.
Negative
So-
30s, negative 20s.
wow.
It would.
all
Today
week
is the
long.
first day it's been above zero in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Wow, because for here it got to -6, but never
Oh.
-30.
Yeah, we had negative 25, and then wind chill hit negative 50 on New Year's.
Yep. So it's been really cold up here.
and they made you. So did you actually like drive the truck or like obviously
No,
what's
I'm
your
not
training?
yet.
I'm just curious.
I'm still getting trained, so I am just working on like because we have a little handheld device or a
Yeah.
smartphone for helping us like sell. Basically, it helps us keep with inventory and helps us like with sales and like gives us like specials or you know it just helps it like we add it to the cart and then we check it out on the phone and so you just kind of handle all your business on that little handheld device. But yeah, I've been working on learning that, and then um just the extra like standard stuff you're supposed to know on top of that. But it's been pretty fun, honestly. Just
Good.
getting to know a little bit other than yeah, the fact that it was cold as hell.
I always think
The
it's
week
cool to hear like certain jobs, like the stuff you actually do on the scene, because like a lot of stuff I don't know, like what you guys like, what people do. So it's just like, oh, you guys do that. That's just cool. I don't know, but cool, dude. That's awesome.
hell
But
yeah.
it looks like you're finally out of the other job, which you didn't
Yeah.
really like. So
I
that's
yeah.
Long time coming type of.
yeah, it's
I,
exciting.
I'd been there long enough, so
Something
I
new and
needed a little more to line my pockets. Say that. What about you guys though?
I got nothing. Nothing crazy. Literally just took a little bit more time off of streaming to like go home, see family. But nothing crazy.
feel like now that I'm older, I almost like every holiday feels like it's similar. You know,
Mhm.
you go to the same place, you wear the same Christmas
Mm-hmm.
sweater. Like I haven't bought another Christmas sweater in like 6 years, so maybe I should. But like I go back 6 years, I'm like, there's the same Christmas sweater in every picture. Um, kind of the same for New Year's. Yeah, nothing. That's why that's exciting for you, JRinkz, like to have something new, like do
Yeah.
something different. Like I don't know. I feel like that's a huge part of everything because then you kind of get stuck in that rut where you're just like same stuff another day. It just
Yeah.
gets old
Yeah.
after a while.
Fair.
But I'm in the same boat.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I was in that rut for like 3 to 4 years, so I'm glad to start something new.
Sometimes
Even a
it's nice.
small shift, even a small like change is just like, wow, there's more to
Every
life than this.
everything like something as simple as changing what you eat in the morning. It just like it
Yeah.
can change the whole day sometimes. It's yeah. So it's something as big as changing your job. It kind of can change your outlook at life for the time
A
being
lot of
because yeah,
things.
you've only known one way for so long that it definitely sometimes you need that fresh start.
It's like when you go on vacation too. I had one of my coworkers, she went to Florida and she came back and she's like, there are so many jobs there. Like so many jobs for just like random stuff. And she's like, this is all I've been known for like my whole life. But I went there and I was like, do I just move here and just like look for a different job? Like honestly, like she's like contemplating. I'm like, you just do what you got to do. I don't know. Like don't leave because you're really good here, but like if you want, like she's like the lead on our team, so like she knows everything, so it's super nice. But I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like once, so like for me, that like I was told the goal is to go to school, get a job, work up the corporate ladder to be the CEO, whatever. Well, my job, they're like, hey, we need an assistant supervisor, and nobody wanted it. Everyone's like, nope. Like so then my buddy, he's like, isn't the point of like you want to move up, but I don't want to move up here. Like I just don't want to. I'm like,
You at least get
like
paid
we
more for switching to that position.
yes, but the thing that's weird is that I've worked with most people at my job, so then like I know everybody and I know like what they shouldn't do
Mm-hmm.
versus what they should do. So then now it's like I would have to go around and be like, hey, I know we've worked together like 100 million times, but like that thing you do, you can't do it anymore. And then I don't know,
Yeah.
it just seemed weird. Like I was like, I don't people know me. Like if I went to a different job as a supervisor or assistant, sure, I'd feel more like
Yeah.
nobody knows me. Like they know what like there's certain things that I shouldn't be doing that they know. So I'm like, for me to tell them that they shouldn't be doing the same things that I did, I just feel like it's
Jumping
really
from like
hypocritical.
Call you
equals
out.
to being in charge of them. Yeah, I could.
And but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, that's why I'm like, do I look for a different job too? Because I mean, if I don't want to move up, then I'm going to be doing the same thing
Hmm.
day after day,
Yeah.
and I've only been there for 2 years, but it's just like, because I'm definitely a person of habit. Like, like for me, I'd used to have to drive to a bus and the bus would take me to work because they didn't have parking. There's just too crazy for parking. So employees had to go drive to a bus. The bus was shut again. Well, there's a bus that came right to my like apartment, like right outside my apartment, like the front door. But it always came like so early. I'm like, oh, I could sleep 15 extra minutes just to drive to this bus to get on this bus to get to work. Well, now I just take the bus right outside. I'm like, I don't care about getting there early anymore. Like for whatever reason, I was like, I just can't do that. It's just I'm just stressed. It's just like different. I don't want to like. What
Mm-hmm.
if something
Yeah.
goes wrong? Whatever. But oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't been doing that this whole time. That was so. Why would I drive to get on a bus when the bus was right there? Like, why would I do that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a very creature of habit. Like, do the same thing every day.
You like your routines.
Yeah, but sometimes mixing it up is like
Can be
little
nice.
shaky
Being
things.
spontaneous. Yeah.
Yeah. I was because one day I was like, I'm gonna take this bus, and obviously it did the same freaking thing. You got in the bus, it took you to where the same place. So and then you're there a little early, so then you can just relax. You don't have to like speed run past everybody to get to your floor. Because like so I'm on the 14th floor, and I have to clock in on the 14th floor. If I clock in on the first floor, I get an occurrence. Like you can't do that. You have to be on the floor by your start time. I'm like, that's so dumb. So dumb. What if I was late? Occurrence. I hate it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, what if a group of pandas was crossing the street and your bus had to stop? Like, come on. The heck?
okay, you know what that just reminded me? I saw this picture. It was talking about like how Moses like did the whole like separated the water.
Yep.
Well, there's like
Mhm.
this little fish in like a tie that was like on this side, and his work
I
was on
did
this
see that.
side. And
He's
he's
like, my
like,
boss is never gonna believe this.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, he gets her. You wouldn't believe what happened. I thought that was so funny. Oh, that was great. But yeah, that's it for me. Same old, same old.
Yeah. I guess one of the main things I kind of wanted to touch on for the podcast, since it is the new year, kind of just go over like some goals we have, not only for the podcast and the future of the year, the rest of the year, stuff we want to try and work on getting better at, or just goals we want to reach or challenges we want to set for ourselves, and then as well as personally, it's something that we can. I think it'd be good to go over, and then we can have at least two other people each to hold us accountable, and then anyone else that listens to hold us accountable and work to getting better at. I don't know if we want to start simple as one of us wants to start, or start as a podcast as a whole, or end with podcast as a whole. I guess I've kind of been thinking about like goals. I guess not necessarily. Some are numbers, like I want to set numbers, but that's so hard because I necessarily can't control the numbers all the time. Like you want to set like follower goals, like, but that doesn't. You're not the one clicking the follow button. That's other people that you're relying on. So I don't feel like I can't track that as myself setting the goals. Where more I want to set goals for myself, like for example, I really want to get more active on posting on YouTube. I currently maybe post once every 3 months, and I'd like to even just get it once a month. Eventually, I would like to get it once a week, and then if I get to the point of being
Content.
successful enough that I can do it daily, I would love to, but that not even close to realistic at the time. Where I can do the daily TikTok content, all like it's nothing because I've done it long enough, and it's short form content, unlike editing a 10-minute YouTube video where that takes an hour
10
or
to
two.
20 minutes.
Especially with my main content being baseball, it takes a long time to cut an hour game down to 10 to 20 minutes. Where I think I just gotta, even because there are the 3 inning games or stuff, focus on that, or find something that works that I can stay consistent with. That's my main goal I want to hit. Is just focus on that, and then I think I finally like setting a stream schedule was huge for me. Kind of just having more of a in place. I'm gonna be live for roughly 4 hours between 7 and midnight. Like somewhere in there, I'm gonna be live for roughly 4 hours. Having that, I think, has definitely helped because as I started getting a rut, like the numbers were definitely dropping because I was a little more inconsistent on my start time and my end time. So I think setting that, people know when I'm there. And I've noticed that like my averages went up no matter what I'm playing because of the schedule, which has been huge. Just even I'm playing Warzone, which I used to when I play randomly. No, nothing. No one would watch. And then like yesterday, I had double-digit people in there, which normally doesn't happen playing Warzone.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And even like playing Fortnite, it just like you mentioned, the changing things up. I started playing Fortnite again, and I don't know. I've been having fun, just mixing it up.
Yeah, my biggest thing that I was told is like everyone wants to have some sort of certainty in their
Mm-hmm.
life. Like you have to be certain, but the uncertain is actually where the growth happens because it's unknown. It's that's where everyone is like afraid. Like everyone like this is certain, so like this is easier to for you to like want to go
Mm-hmm.
for. But kind of like you said, like the numbers thing. I'm totally with you on that. Like I can't. I don't want to like. It'd be cool to set like, hey, I want this many followers, but like you said, you're not the one clicking the button. I mean, I mean, if you really wanted to, I mean, you could make 100 million accounts and follow yourself. But I
Yeah,
think that's really
that's not what
ridiculous.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm not out here for the
Not
number.
the
I'm
real
here for the
goal.
real connection, the real person that's going to
e-
be on the other end.
exactly. But I think you would also benefit from looking. Have you ever looked at Hover, like the Hover app?
Yeah.
I posted a video like 6 weeks ago, and I am still getting likes and comments on it, like from 6 weeks ago. Like still,
Hmm.
like I looked at my phone, I'm like, this person like commented like this was really cool, and that was the video was like 6 weeks ago. So like, what happens is when you're live, it starts showing your clips that you've posted.
Ah.
So
Nice.
when people are scrolling through the live, they can see. Like I think
And you
you
said
would
it links
benefit
right
a
to
lot.
Twitch, right?
Yeah, so people, there's a button on there where like here, let me pull it up quick. Like this is better than TikTok. I'm just letting you know. Like
For
it's
the
way
like
better than
conversion
TikTok.
to straight to
Yeah,
Twitch.
like for this like this person, you can see there's a visit on Twitch down there.
Ah. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So whatever he's doing,
And
and
so
then
the
like
other
there's
thing
this
is,
guy
it looks like
DVD.
it's the same format as TikTok, so it wouldn't be hard for me to post another one.
No, it's very
Nope.
similar. Yeah,
And
and you
I
can.
already, so I had a different, I was using eFuse, which is supposed to be
Mhm.
like
For gamers.
Twitter for gamers, but all that was people self promoting and
Yeah.
no like real connections. Like I posted on there for probably half a year, and I never got a single person to come from there to my Twitch. Where every other social media platform, I've got some form of.
So the thing with Hover, like, so I've noticed now it's like will comment like, "Hey, followed you on Twitch. Check my bio," and I'm like, "Okay, no." Um, so it's just like for me the fact that like I don't really care if people come to my Twitch from there, like it doesn't matter as much to me. But the fact that my video that I posted weeks ago, like a month and a half ago, like is still getting shown to people
Yeah.
is crazy. Because it like for example, like it's a Dead by Daylight clip, and I don't even talk in it. I'm just playing the game. Like it's like I notice I'm like watching. I don't say a single word in the whole clip, and like people are still like commenting and liking and being like, "Dude, this is really cool." And like it has I looked it has like 32 comments on it, which
Nice.
like for me I've never had that happen. So it's like, oh,
Mhm.
cool. And
Nice.
I've had the occasional because it lets you know too on the app like blah 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 visited your Twitch. It doesn't like if they don't follow you, it doesn't tell you, but like it tells you if they visit your Twitch, which is cool. Um, but I think like
Hashtag not an ad. Not an ad.
y-
Unless they want to. Unless they want to. I mean.
Funny Mike.
um, but there's a lot of people who use that like you said they try to self promo and they'll follow you on there hoping you follow them
Yeah.
back and whatnot. But
I
I
think
just
you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that everywhere. It's because people just don't know better, especially
right.
people that are fresh and starting. They just see a number and they're like, "Oh yes, my numbers are going
Yeah.
up."
Because this guy,
You're gonna get that on Twitch itself or on
right,
any platform you're streaming on. You're gonna get that, especially when with newer people.
right, that yeah. Well, of course. I mean, it just when you're new. I mean, I was new, once too, and I was like,
Yeah.
what do I do? But yeah, you learn quick. But this guy said that he started using it. He went from averaging like 10 viewers to like 200, and like just posting daily on there for
Hmm.
like months. So I mean, it's I was like, if you
You
want to
convinced me.
look
You
into it,
sold. Are you sure you don't work for them?
yeah. I mean, I just check it out. I mean, you can even look at like you have to select what game you're playing. So even people they'll go to the game and then they'll just see clips. And then
Okay.
if you're live, there's a live section. So it shows who's live playing the game. So if there's not many people that are live and they're in that category, and like then they
Hmm.
see your clip. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
I
Okay.
think that'll
It's
be nice, especially for MLB, because there's not a crazy amount of MLB content creators probably on the app.
well, right, exactly. So yeah, I was like, it's definitely a good tool to help with Twitch's discoverability. I
Yeah.
thought so, anyways.
That's kind of what all of everything, TikTok, YouTube, that's kind of the best way to do it. Because,
But for whatever reason, I know I don't post very much, but like even talking to people, like this guy's like, dude, I spent like the past year and a half posting every day on TikTok, and I started a month on this app, and I'm like my numbers like doubled.
Yeah,
And I was like,
TikTok is you have it. You got to get same with everything. You got to get a little
mhm,
lucky because if you hit the right people on TikTok at the right time, you have a video do crazy. It's gonna be you're what you need. But also then you have people sort of like me. I post every single day on TikTok, and people are like, if you post every day, your numbers will grow. I've been stuck so hard between like 200, 300 views for over like what feels like a year, where I
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think it goes back to when people told me stream every day, you'll grow. And then other people are like, no, actually, don't stream every day and you'll grow. Because I stream like roughly every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, it's been a lot because I just have nothing better to do at this point. But um, because then what happens is people that usually come to your streams, they're just like, oh, they'll be on tomorrow. I'll catch them tomorrow, or oh,
Mhm.
they're on this time every day,
Yeah.
like whatever. Or it's like, think about a show that came out every Sunday, right? Like every Sunday you were in that seat, you were watching that show. Didn't matter what like obligations you had. You're like, I can't do this. The show is on at 7. I'm watching at 7.
Mhm.
That's kind of how they talked about like streaming. Like
making
if
it
you're
making an event when you're only live for so long, yeah.
yeah, so
And
like
then use that other time that you would have been streaming to make other content so that more eyes
exactly.
are on it and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. That's one of my goals this year is to post more on other social media. Just instead of like you said, realizing that numbers there's nothing you could do in that situation to an extent. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
post more, you could do more, but like those numbers are gonna fluctuate. So I used to be like, I want to, this year I'm gonna have the X amount of followers, whatever. Never hit the goal, right? Like because there's streams where you don't get any followers.
Mhm.
Um, but instead of another goal of mine is to just be happy with where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
because a while ago I was like looking at people where I'm at now, and like my past self would have been like, "That's insane! Like we're doing well."
Literally at the beginning of last year, if I would have looked at someone that is at the point that I am now, I would have been like, "Oh, I would kill to be at that point." So
And that's where people kind of get trapped in there. They're like, "We're not doing well," but in reality you're doing a lot better than you think. But yeah, I've kind of just like over time just been like, if I'm worrying about numbers, I feel like people can sense that, and then they're not. I want people to just hang out with me now.
yeah,
Not, I don't care about numbers as much anymore. I just want people that like when people come
Hang
back, like you
out
said,
and BS.
yeah. When people like you said they come back stream after stream after stream, it's like they actually want to hang out with you. Even that you mentioned
Mhm.
switching games, like they're there for
yeah.
you.
I'm trying.
Like
Yeah, I'm just trying to
you get
find some homies. Like at the end of the day, I'm trying to make some friends.
exactly, and I guarantee once I start doing that more, I'll have a lot more fun streaming. A lot more fun, because it used to be like, I don't have, I'm just not getting my follower goal. And then you're also setting yourself up for a failure at that point, because your whole mood and mindset is not in your control, like you said.
Mhm.
So once that happens, like you're always gonna fail. You're never gonna be satisfied if it's something you can't control. If other people are trying to control it or have to control something for you to be happy, you're gonna be miserable
Yeah.
because you're relying on other people to make you happy. So sorry, going off on a
No,
tangent, but
Oh,
it's
that's
relatable.
exactly
um,
the lesson I've had to learn the past few years. So,
right. And over time, you're like, looking back, you're just like, why? I wish I just would have knew that at the time.
Yeah, it's something that it's always going to be there, even if you can get it mainly out of your brain. As long as like that's my biggest thing, like for posting content outside. As long as I make a video that I enjoy, then I think the people that are watching it, if they enjoy it, they're gonna like me. So I can't necessarily care. Oh, I didn't get necessarily as many views on this one, but I liked it. I think that's the most important thing. I'm not making content that I would not watch myself.
Exactly. That's why also I was like doing research on like, should I be a variety streamer? Should I play one game? Um, Well, a lot of people that play one game, only one game, well, they get fried at that game. And then when they play
Yep.
a different game, their numbers like drastically drop. So now they're just like, oh, I have to play this game and only this game, or my
It's very
numbers.
much establishing, because if you only play one game, they're gonna come for one game. If you can
Right.
set yourself, I've always kind of what I've noticed, it's two or three. If you lock, especially if you can do two, where like, because most games kind of have a cycle where they're like popping for like the first 4 months, maybe 6 months at the most, where their prime time is, and then the next half is like way less people watching, less people caring. The content of a game is generally down, especially the year cycle game, like a Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is going to be popping for the first 3 months, and then after that, it just goes downhill. Sure, they'll have spikes here and there where they put out stuff that are not only fun but people want to watch. For me, it's like sports games. They are very popping right away, and then they hit a lull at the end, and that's where I kind of want to do like a 2 cycle sports game type of thing, where I play one when it's popping, and then I slowly start doing some of both when the other one's popping. Then you establish the two communities and have the crossovers. And,
Do you think for sports games that they're more popping during season or off
oh
season?
yeah, during season,
Yeah.
uh, more people also are playing then, so some people may find that they're number wise are doing better during the off season because there are less creators, which I get because everyone like right now MLB is their playoffs, World Series all done, so there's nothing new. They are done with putting out like new content into the game. So a lot of people have moved on, kind of like me. I'm starting to play other games. So there's less creators. The viewers are necessarily, some of them are still going to be there. So it's nice to at least keep touching base with a game like that,
Absolutely.
where because then the people are still there and it's going to be easier to find you. It's just hard to create content in a game that isn't putting out new content.
True.
Yeah.
True. I thought about playing some sports games because I'm bad. Awful.
Some people
But they're
like that
funny.
stuff, yeah.
Like,
I've
oh yeah, I'm gonna throw.
fully I fully thought, like, I have a friend who didn't play like video games at all until college. I've always thought if he would have streamed it'd be very entertaining. People love the watching someone bad slowly get better, and the being able to, people love backseat gaming. People
Yeah,
really
I was
do.
gonna say people love teaching someone new how to play a game,
Hmm.
or like all the extra little tips and tricks. Like people love that.
Yeah, there's,
Hmm.
you can do it. You can be amazing at games, you can be bad at games. People will watch. You just, as long as you're relatable and people can find you. That's the same thing every time. Someone's got to find you.
Well, JRinkz, what's your goals?
Uh, I mean, I guess my goal was to get a new job, so that's kind of accomplished. Um, at least on that front. My other goal is to actually have a stream schedule.
I think
That way
now
I can like
it'll
be
be easier
consistent,
with your new job, kind of having a
right?
set. Once you get used to the, because it's very much different time frame flipping.
Yeah.
So once you get your sleep schedule figured out, your work schedule, it'll be a lot easier, I think, to try to even a couple times a week find
I was
days.
gonna say, even if I go 3, maybe 4 times a week, and then I'm still editing stuff on the
Hmm.
side at night, if I can do that, that's kind of what I'm. That's kind of my goal is to actually get like an editing schedule and a stream schedule down.
I think mine will be easier now that there's no football. Or well, there is, but like I have those days off that already. If I'm not, I just need to like use my time productively.
So if you're not
Don't
watching
we
football, you
all?
could be editing, or you could be
Or like
recording.
today, like while I watch the Bison game, I might work slowly on editing a video. I just need to multitask like that.
Yeah.
Or if I wake up tomorrow before football starts, edit for an hour. Just stuff like that. And I already do that already, like with TikToks and stuff. I'll take the time to edit in the mornings. I need to now take some of that time onto putting out YouTube videos.
Yeah, I know that feeling because that's kind of what I did with my mornings is I would wake up. Well, if I woke up in the morning, I didn't wake up at past noon or something. And I'd get up and I'd throw a stream on and I would just start editing stuff until I knew I needed a break.
Yeah.
Whether that was an hour or 4 hours. So I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah. It'll be nice to have your weekends free though, and have more of a schedule like similar to other people. So like you're
Yeah.
not on during the day when there's nobody else on,
Right.
or
I
just
mean,
a few.
it wasn't bad for stream wise
Yeah.
because then I could just focus on what I wanted to do, but also like you're saying,
If you
when I
wanted a
wanted to play
teammate,
games like
yeah,
COD or
hard to get teammates and
something like
stuff. Yeah.
that, no one was on. So then it was like, well, do I really want to play competitive games
Yeah.
by myself on stream?
Yes.
Or will I get
No.
mad at the random people like that? So
That's really what it is. You're randoms, and then just like these guys suck. I can't do anything about it.
I still think that certain games ranked ruined the game for me. I just
yeah,
for me
that's
it's just
fair
like
enough.
because like let's say you get top rank in whatever game, it's like nobody really cares, like at the end of the day, no one's like, oh, like
Yeah.
unless you're like a famous content creator, but like it's like
And
oh
even then, they're just like, good. You should be there.
Right.
You're not there. That's the embarrassing part.
exactly. So I don't know.
I
That's
think
why
it's a thing of the like feeling accomplished. Sometimes people want to get it,
well, right.
and then once you get it once, everyone's like, okay, now we're done. On to something else.
Very true. Very true. It's like for like the MMORPGs, it's like you're working really hard to get a pixel, like doesn't really matter. Like
Yeah.
just a little pixel on a computer.
Isn't that everything though? You're working hard for something that doesn't matter. Matters to someone.
Well, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the people that can't have it. Then it matters even more to them.
I didn't think about it that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's very true.
That it's same thing. Like people work hard to get money, and people that have money don't care. But it's the people that don't have money that are like, oh, I wish I had it. It's something like it doesn't matter. It may not matter always to you. It matters to someone though. So it's
See, it goes back to once you have something, you got to remember how far you've came,
yeah.
because then otherwise you're gonna be miserable. I don't know. I've it's like one of my biggest things is like I don't want to become something and then like look back and be like, oof, I'm not happy. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
that's the uncertainty.
That's what I hear all the time. Enjoy the journey,
Yeah,
because
because it's the best part.
you and you don't know it. Yeah, you don't know it during, because once you're always like striving to work next, so you need to like be thankful along the way and take time to realize how nice you got it. Because there's also that you always didn't have it as nice, or someone else doesn't have it the way you got it. Yeah. There's someone out there that's been doing this way longer, working way harder, and doesn't have it where you're at. So
Yeah, I used to get annoyed by that when I like my buddy, like he's like, just started streaming and I have like 2,000 followers. I'm like, what the?
yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah.
How did you do that? Like
Sometimes it just takes a little bit of luck. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I was like jealous. I was like, oh, that's like, but then after I learned like turn the jealousy into like encouragement for him, because that's what I think is like what a good friend would do is like, I'm proud of you, like that's awesome, instead of like
Being
I'm
I'm gonna
upset that it's
sabotage
not.
you.
Yeah.
Why
At
is
the end,
this
yeah.
happening to me? How come it's you and not
Yeah.
me?
At the end of the
You'd
day,
be
if you
surprised how many
can't
people
be
are out there.
happy, if you can't be happy for your friends, can you ever really be happy for yourself?
Nope.
So
That's why it's like, are you really their friend then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's what I think a friend is. They encourage you and are happy for you, even if you're doing better. Or because I think even if you're not doing better, it motivates you to do better. I think.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us getting into some deep conversations on here.
Always. Well, do you guys have any goals for the podcast for the next year sometime?
Put out like at least 32 to 40 videos. I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's I
That's
get
all it
it,
is.
it is
So,
hard too. Like I get you want to like try to edit it all, and I know that it's a lot. That's why I want to get better at editing, so I can help you with the editing too. So it's not like you're doing all the editing yourself.
yeah.
That way
I've
we can have
seen that.
multiple episodes in the works at one time. You can be editing one, I could be editing one, stuff like that.
He could be editing
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good.
Hold up,
I
hold up.
I want to get better at getting clips of it and being more consistent on social medias.
Yeah,
And
that would
even
be
not necessarily have to be clips from the podcast, just anything. And I think part of it too is I'm gonna make sure you guys have the logins. So if I have an idea or you have an idea, so we can post, just being more active posting.
so
I
I'm
had
like,
an idea, like for example, we're doing this episode kind of talking about our goals. Something where if we all recorded a video, a 5 second, yeah, we could have grabbed it from a clip from this video of us saying our goals. I think it also is more personable if we all record a 10-15 second video of us saying a goal we have for the podcast, for ourselves, or whatever, post it on TikTok just to get the interaction, get the posting more. I'd like to, I don't think I would like to post once a day. I just don't think I have that ability to be doing it on multiple accounts. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I get you.
That's why, especially if it's like grabbing clips, that can be tough. That's why if I think of anything, or if you guys think of anything, just say it so we can try to do it. And I've noticed something simple as you recording yourself saying something. It's the more personable interaction than posting a clip of something.
yeah, this guy was telling me, he's like, dude, I watched this video of this person. They didn't say anything. All they did was they walked into Starbucks, got their drink, and left. But the phone was like facing their feet.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like them like walking, open that door, getting their Starbucks and leaving. And he said that video, like you look at their channel, that video had like 1 million views, and they did nothing. They did
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And then he's like, have you guys watched Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm.
The
Episodes,
show is
yeah.
about nothing.
Yeah.
It's about nothing. There's no
Yeah.
point to it. But everyone loves the show. You ask anyone like, kind of our age, maybe a little
What's the
younger or the
story
older
about?
generation, that's their favorite show.
Yeah.
They all love it. So this guy is like, so if instead of me like being like the center of attention, if I just do nothing in a clip, I wonder if it'll blow up. People love to watch nothing. I
Yeah.
was like, that's genius.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the simplest stuff that
Yeah. Because I remember like I could talk about Seinfeld forever. I love that show. But,
I know
but
some
then when my
story.
dad was like, he showed me a clip of Jerry saying like, he's like, I just thought it'd be funny to have a show about nothing. And we rolled with it and it was pretty popular. I was like, dang. So like people love just nothing. I thought that was interesting. And you could just like, he's like, record a video of your knee, just have it, flex it, move it around, post it. I'm like, okay.
yeah, and that same thing. It's the getting lucky too, and the
Well,
more you post, the more chance you have something like that. Like if you're not posting, that's never gonna happen.
right.
You gotta not be afraid to post stuff that may not be the best content. People are gonna
I feel like
relate
I'm
to it
getting
somehow.
attacked right now.
Hey, I do it to everybody.
I think another thing that would be cool for me to focus on, I just thought of this, is actually rating people more
Really?
when I'm done streaming. Yeah, I feel like I get to a point I'm looking, I'm like, I'm looking at my like friends list, like who's on, and then I
Yeah.
just forget.
That's
So I
it's
think
a
we kind of both
very
just
so what I try to do is I try to mix it up. If I have a friend on or someone that I know like supports me, I very much try to give it to them. And
yeah,
then I at least like once or twice a week I try to find someone new because it's a good way
yeah,
of networking. One, they're gonna know you're streaming, so they may want to support you. Also, if you're a nice person and you go in there and you're kind, it helps them and it makes people's days.
yeah,
Especially like even if I have 5 viewers, there's someone out there that's streaming with one,
right,
and
absolutely.
a rate of 5 could make their day, could make their week. So I
Yeah.
I like doing that stuff sometimes.
It's almost like when I was in speech class. You guys remember speech class? Good old
Mhm.
communications. The first speech, the impromptu speech. So like I hated that right away. I was like, "Ew." I talked about this before, but
Yeah.
like I love impromptu now. It's so nice. Like, you just think on the spot. You just helps your mind just like think whatever this is. I don't know, but yeah.
Actively
Yeah.
shooting off
I think that's
neurons.
just stuff that people enjoy too. The spontaneous, just completely out of left field topics that you go off on tangents, or people love that stuff.
Don't get me wrong. I love planned stuff, but sometimes like the best times are unplanned.
Mm-hmm.
Uncertainty.
I like having a rough plan and then just winging it after that.
Right.
That is literally my entire life. I like, all right, I have a rough idea what I got to do. We're going to wing it.
Now for like streaming, I'm usually impromptu. But if I have something like big planned, yeah, I want a full plan. Like I want to like, all right, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Who's gonna be there? Let's do this. What's that? But like other stuff, it's like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I
Just
kind of
wing it.
mentioned where like when you want to focus, kind of plan like a rough, like I want to do this and get content from doing this, and then just completely winging the rest. That it's very nice for take the first hour of your stream to focus on getting a content for people, bigger content creators. It's what they do and it works. So
Well, because then they don't have to. They could take that and post it on YouTube or post that and post on something else. They don't have to like do
yeah,
two.
and then you can play for fun after that,
Right.
Exactly.
and then not have to worry. And then like that's kind of what I did the other day. I played one game of MLB and then I went and played. I think it was Fortnite because I wanted to, or it was Warzone, I think. But I did the content game. It's going to be what I'm going to edit for my YouTube video. Then I moved on. I got it. I'm making sure I got it, and I focused on making it content.
Maybe I'll because I mean, when I play DBD like Dead by Daylight, I mean, there's a lot of funny moments, like sometimes you destroy the killer, sometimes the killer just messes you up, but it's like there's always a moment that you could clip, like there's
Mm-hmm.
always
Mhm.
it's just constant like funny moment here, funny moment there. I don't know.
Especially when you're a big giant baby like me and get jump scared all the time.
Dude, okay, it happens. It does happen. But there's this clip that I saw. You played a lot of Dead by Daylight, right?
A fair amount, yeah.
Okay. So this guy had a perk where he jumped in a locker, and if the killer doesn't get to you right away, if you wait like I think it's like 5 seconds, you could jump out of the locker and it stuns the killer. So he did that, and then he dropped a little flashbang, which is a new perk, which is like a flashlight, but it drops a little like thing, it explodes, and it stunned the killer. And then he jumped back in the locker, and then the killer, he's mad at this point, right? He opens the locker. When you open the locker, you put him on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had decisive strike, so if you hit the little skill check,
Skill check.
it stuns the killer again. So he hits the kill check, stuns the killer again, and then he sits there and he drops another flashbang, stuns him again, and then he runs away. I was like, dude,
Just bullying the killer.
you,
Nice.
you just stunned that guy 6 times in a row, and then he DC'd after that. But like, I was like, that was like
he
literally
came and got what he wanted, and then he left.
He's like, yeah, I'm out.
No, I mean the killer DC, not the guy.
Oh, he rage quit, huh?
But I mean, like that was I didn't even think about that build. Like I was like, that's fucking hilarious. He
Mm-hmm.
got him 6 times in a row. Oh, I watched it like 10 times. It was so funny. The killer when I get stunned as the killer, it makes me so mad. Can you imagine 6 times in a row? I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, I'm done. Nope, I'm out of here. This
Man,
guy's too good for me.
out the window.
But in those 6 times, each time when he got him on the locker, he's like, "Yeah, you're mine, you bitch." That's what I would have been like. And then he would, nope. I've been like, oh my god. I just felt for that guy. That was so funny, so funny. But yeah, that like, if you do that in one game, there's your clip. You're done. You can move on.
Yep. And you don't have to worry about getting clips. And that's generally, I don't focus on getting clips. I just try to notice when something cool happened and then clip it.
Yeah.
Just so that I can edit it. It's a little bit tougher in like more competitive games where you're like locked in, like a Call of Duty, where I'm locked in, I'm playing. I can do something cool, and I'm already on to the next fight, trying to like stay focused. I can forget about it. So that's
Right.
tough.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I have a button on my Stream Deck. Oh, I guess you don't have a Stream Deck, but like, if you just push it, it clips.
I have that with Creator Dashboard on Twitch. I just click the clip and it'll clip. It may not necessarily get all of it, but I can go back. At least leaves me like a
Right.
time stamp. So I can go back to that point.
This button, like, it's weird because I feel like if I hit it late, miss the first part of the clip. So it like clips at a weird time. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
Because I push clip and it's like you totally like you just missed 5 seconds. I pushed the button and it said good, and then it's like clip 5 seconds later. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
stop that.
I know for mine, I had to extend the amount of time it recorded because it would only do 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think
and
mine
I
does.
extended it out to like 2 to 5 minutes, one or the other.
I think mine does.
Which
30.
I didn't know you could do that.
Again, isn't necessarily great to have a bunch of
Mhm.
5-minute recordings on your computer, but like
Yeah.
sometimes that was the time span it actually took. So
Especially if you're not live and you want to grab a clip like that, you kind of need to have them way longer. But yeah. On that note, feel free check any of us out on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Hoover,
Roomba.
Instagram, streamersmerch.com, streamersmerch.com. Until next time.
Are you guys 1-800-streamersmerch.com? 1-800-streamersmerch.com. Again, if you guys didn't know that,
There's no 1-800. There is no 1-800. It's just streamersmerch.com.
And...
Oh!